Most people overestimate what they can do in a single day, but they dramatically underestimate what they can do in 6 months. 6 months. That is what we are going to talk about today. We are going to talk about how you can absolutely transform your life in the next 180 days. Now, why 6 months? Let me tell you why. A year is too long to wait, and a month is too short to see meaningful change. But 6 months, that is the sweet spot. It is long enough to see massive results, but it is short enough to keep you excited and engaged. Isn't that interesting? You know what fascinates me? Most people spend more time planning their next vacation than they spend planning their life. They will spend hours choosing a hotel, but they won't spend 30 minutes designing their future. Isn't that incredible? But you are different. You are here today because something inside you knows it is time for a change. Let me ask you something. If you continue doing exactly what you are doing right now, where will you be 6 months from today? Same job, same income, same problems, same excuses. You see, what you do not change, you choose. Let that sink in for a moment. The beautiful thing about a 6-month plan is that it gives you something I call realistic urgency. You cannot procrastinate because 6 months will be here before you know it, but you also have enough time to make substantial changes. It is the perfect balance. Now let me share with you the fundamental principles of transformation. You see, success leaves clues, and over the years I have discovered that extraordinary achievement isn't about doing 4,000 things. It is about doing 6 or 7 things 4,000 times. Repetition is the mother of skill, and consistency is the father of success. Let's talk about the first key to your 6-month transformation, which is clarity. You must be crystal clear about what you want. Fuzzy goals produce fuzzy results. Sharp goals produce sharp results. Write this down. Clarity is power. When you are clear about what you want, the universe has an interesting way of helping you get it. You know what is interesting? Most people know what they do not want, but they are not clear about what they do want. They can tell you all day long about what is wrong with their life, their job, and their relationships. But ask them what they want instead, and they stumble. That is why we are going to start with absolute clarity. Here is what I want you to do tonight. Take out a piece of paper and write down exactly what you want your life to look like 6 months from now. Be specific. Don't write down, I want to be happy. Write down, I want to increase my income by 40%. Read 12 books, lose 20 pounds, and start my own side business. See the difference? The second key to your transformation is what I call your philosophy of life. Your philosophy determines how you process what happens to you. And here is the key. It is not what happens that determines your future. It is what you do about what happens. It is not the wind that determines your direction. It is the set of your sail. Let me share something profound with you. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. But here is the challenge. What is easy to do is also easy not to do. It is easy to read 10 pages of a good book every day. It is also easy not to. It is easy to save 10% of your income. It is also easy not to. Now let's talk about the third key, which is the power of association. Here is a principle you must never forget. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Write that down. Over the next 6 months, you must constantly choose who you spend your time with. Some people need to be loved from a distance. Isn't that interesting? You see, there are 2 types of people you will meet on your journey to success. There are those who will inspire you and those who will tire you. Your job over the next 6 months is to increase your exposure to people who inspire you and decrease your exposure to those who tire you. It is that simple. Let me tell you something fascinating about human potential. Most people operate at about 20% of their true capacity. And do you know why? Because they haven't made a commitment to excellence. They are just trying to get through the day instead of getting from the day. There is a huge difference. The fourth key to your 6-month transformation is what I call the discipline of documentation. Starting today, you must become a serious student of your own life. Keep a journal. Track your progress. Document your insights. You see, the slightest adjustment in your daily routine can dramatically change your life over 6 months. Let me give you an example. If you read just 10 pages of a good book every day, in 6 months, you will have read 1,800 pages. That is approximately 6 to 7 books. Do you think your life would be different if you absorbed the wisdom from 7 carefully chosen books over the next 6 months? Of course, it would. Here is another principle that will serve you well. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Over the next 6 months, your primary focus should be on your personal development. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. The 5th key to your transformation is what I call the power of investment. Now, I am not just talking about money, although that is important. I am talking about investing in yourself. Here is the formula. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Let me ask you something. How much have you invested in your own development in the last year? Most people will spend $100 on dinner without thinking twice, but they hesitate to spend $100 on a book or a seminar that could change their life. Isn't that interesting? Over the next 6 months, you must commit to investing in yourself. Whether it is books, courses, seminars, or coaching, make the investment. Remember, if someone is going where you want to go, they know something you do not know. Invest in learning what they know. The 6th key to your transformation is what I call the miracle of incrementalism. Small changes consistently applied produce massive results over time. Let me show you how this works. If you improve just 1% every day for 6 months, you will be 180% better than when you started. That is the power of compound improvement. Here is what fascinates me. Most people wait to do something big. They are waiting for the perfect moment to make a dramatic change. But success doesn't work that way. Success is built on 1,000 tiny decisions made correctly day after day, week after week, month after month. Let me share with you the 7th key, which is the power of goals. Now, I know you have heard about goal setting before, but let me tell you something different. Most people set goals that are too small. They set goals based on what they think they can achieve instead of what they truly want. Over the next 6 months, I want you to set goals that scare you a little bit. If your goals don't scare you, they are not big enough. But here is the key. Break these big goals down into daily activities. Success is not about what you do occasionally. It is about what you do consistently. Now let's talk about something that most people overlook, which is the power of environment. Your environment will either inspire you or expire you. Over the next 6 months, you must consciously design your environment to support your goals. Clean your office, organize your home, create a space that energizes you. Here is a principle that changed my life. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Tonight, you can make decisions that will alter the course of your life. 6 months from now, you will be so glad you did. Let me share something powerful with you. Success is not about resources. It is about resourcefulness. It is not about what you do not have. It is about what you do with what you have. Over the next 6 months, focus on maximizing what is in your hands right now. The 8th key to your transformation is what I call the power of standards. You see, your life will always move in the direction of your standards. If you raise your standards, your life will rise to meet them. If you lower your standards, your life will drop to meet them. It is that simple. Over the next 6 months, you must raise your standards in every area of your life. Raise your standards for what you will accept in your relationships, your health, your income, and your business. When you raise your standards, your life transforms. Let me tell you something interesting about human psychology. We tend to live up to our expectations. If you expect little, you will get little. If you expect a lot, you will get a lot. Over the next 6 months, raise your expectations. Demand more from yourself than anyone else could ever demand from you. The 9th key to your transformation is what I call the power of rituals. Your life is shaped by your daily rituals. What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. Over the next 6 months, you must establish rituals that support your goals. Here is a ritual that will change your life. Wake up an hour earlier every day. That is 180 extra hours over the next 6 months. Think about what you could accomplish with an extra 180 hours of focused time. That is equivalent to 4.5 40-hour work weeks. Let me share something profound about time management. Do not count the days, make the days count. Over the next 6 months, you must become a master of your time. Time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours. It is what you do with those 24 hours that makes the difference. The 10th key to your transformation is what I call the power of accountability. You see, when you are accountable to someone, your performance improves. Over the next 6 months, find an accountability partner or join a mastermind group. Share your goals, report your progress, and celebrate your wins. Here is something fascinating about human nature. We will do more to avoid letting others down than we will do to lift ourselves up. Use this knowledge to your advantage. Make commitments to others that you will be inspired to keep. Let's talk about something crucial, which is the power of recovery. You see, over the next 6 months, you are going to face setbacks. That is not negative thinking, that is reality. The key is not to avoid setbacks. The key is to recover quickly. Successful people aren't people who never fail. They are people who get up one more time than they fall down. The 11th key to your transformation is what I call the power of focus. Here is what I have learned. Where focus goes, energy flows. Over the next 6 months, you must become laser focused on your priorities. Do not major in minor things. Do not just be busy, be productive. Let me share something powerful. Motivation gets you started, but habit keeps you going. Over the next 6 months, focus on building habits that will serve you for life. Do not rely on motivation, rely on discipline. Motivation is like a hot shower. It feels good, but the effects do not last. The 12th key to your transformation is what I call the power of celebration. Most people wait until they reach their final goal to celebrate. That is a mistake. Over the next 6 months, celebrate your progress, not just your achievements. Celebration fuels motivation. Here is something interesting about success. Success leaves clues. Study successful people. Read their books. Listen to their podcasts. Attend their seminars. Over the next 6 months, become a student of success. Learn from those who have already achieved what you want to achieve. Let me share something profound about personal growth. For things to change, you must change. For things to get better, you must get better. For things to improve, you must improve. Do not wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Do not wish for fewer problems. Wish for more skills. The 13th key to your transformation is what I call the power of contribution. You see, success without contribution is empty achievement. Over the next 6 months, find ways to add value to the lives of others. The more value you create for others, the more valuable you become. Here is something fascinating about wealth. Your income rarely exceeds your personal development. If you want to earn more, you must learn more. Over the next 6 months, invest in your education. Develop new skills, expand your knowledge, increase your value. Let me share something powerful about change. Most people overestimate the competition and underestimate themselves. Over the next 6 months, compete with yourself. Try to be better today than you were yesterday. That is the only competition that matters. The 14th key to your transformation is what I call the power of decisiveness. You see, successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them quickly. Over the next 6 months, become decisive. Here is what is interesting about decisions. Every decision you make today shapes your tomorrow. The decisions you make over the next 6 months will determine where you will be 6 months from now. Make decisions that your future self will thank you for. Let me share something profound about success. Success is not a destination. It is a direction. Over the next 6 months, focus on moving in the right direction. Do not worry about perfection. Worry about progress. Progress equals happiness. The 15th key to your transformation is what I call the power of gratitude. You see, gratitude turns what we have into enough. Over the next 6 months, maintain a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you are grateful for every day. That is 540 moments of gratitude. Here is something fascinating about the human mind. What you appreciate, appreciates. Over the next 6 months, appreciate your progress, appreciate your challenges, appreciate your opportunities. The more gratitude you express, the more reasons you will have to be grateful. Let me share something powerful about personal transformation. Change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Over the next 6 months, choose growth, choose development, choose progress. The choice is yours and the time is now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude with this thought. 6 months from now, you will surely arrive. The question is, where? That answer depends on the decisions you make today and the actions you take tomorrow. The next 6 months of your life are hidden in your daily routine. Remember, life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change. And today, right here, right now, you have the opportunity to make changes that will transform your life over the next 6 months. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take this moment and make it perfect. The curls. Difference between where you are and where you want to be is the action you take starting today. 6 months is going to pass whether you take action or not. The question is, where do you want to be when those 6 months are over? Make these next 6 months count. Make them matter. Make them memorable. 6 months from now, you will be telling one of 2 stories. A story of action and achievement, or a story of procrastination and regret. The choice is yours. Let me leave you with this final thought. Everything you need to create an extraordinary life is within your reach. The knowledge is available. The strategies are proven. The opportunities are endless. The only question is, are you ready to begin? Your next 6 months start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. Now, take action on what you have learned today. Apply these principles. Follow this plan. And watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Remember, life will pay whatever price you ask of it. Ask for average and you will get average. Ask for excellence and you will get excellence. Over the next 6 months, ask for excellence in everything you do. Accept nothing less than your best. And finally, remember this. The next 6 months of your life can be better than the last 6 months of your life. But that won't happen by accident. It will happen by design. Your design. Take control. Take charge. Take action. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Go forth and make these next 6 months the best 6 months of your life. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And today, you have taken the first step toward that preparation. Now that you have committed to this journey, let us look at what happens when you actually start moving. Most people think the hardest part is the beginning, but the real challenge is the middle. It is that moment 2 or 3 months in when the initial excitement wears off and the hard work remains. This is where most people quit, but this is exactly where you must double down. You see, the middle is where the true transformation happens. It is where you move from just trying something to actually becoming someone new. You must understand that your mind will try to talk you out of your greatness. It will tell you that you are tired, that you have done enough, or that one day off won't hurt. But you must be the master of your mind, not its servant. Think about the power of momentum. Once you get a heavy wheel spinning, it takes very little effort to keep it going. But if you let it stop, you have to use all that heavy energy just to get it moving again. This is why consistency is your best friend over the next 180 days. Do not break the chain. If you committed to reading, read. If you committed to walking, walk. Even on the days when you don't feel like it, do it anyway. The version of you that exists 6 months from now is counting on the version of you that exists today to keep going. You also need to understand the concept of the quiet phase. In the first few months, you might work very hard and see very little change on the outside. It is like a bamboo tree that grows underground for 5 years, building a massive root system before it ever breaks the soil. Once it breaks the soil, it grows 90 feet in just 6 weeks. Your first few months are your root building phase. You are building the character, the habits, and the strength that will support your future success. Do not be discouraged if the world cannot see your progress yet. You know it is happening. You can feel it in the way you wake up, the way you talk, and the way you handle challenges. Let me tell you about the power of focus during this time. We live in a world designed to distract us. Every notification on your phone is a thief trying to steal your future. If you want an extraordinary life, you must have extraordinary focus. You have to say no to the good so you can say yes to the great. You might have to skip some parties, turn off the television, and stop scrolling through social media. This isn't about missing out, it's about moving up. You are trading temporary pleasure for permanent pride. Finally, remember that you are not just changing your actions. You are changing your identity. You are no longer someone who is trying to get fit. You are an athlete. You are no longer someone trying to save money. You are an investor. You are no longer someone trying to learn. You are a student of life. When your identity changes, your results must change to match who you are. The next few months will test you, but they will also make you. Stay the course, keep your eyes on the goal, and never forget why you started. Your new life is waiting for you at the end of this path. As you move deeper into this 6-month journey, you must face the reality of the struggle. This is the part where most people fall away, but this is where you will pull ahead. You must understand the law of the harvest. You cannot plant the seed today and expect the fruit tomorrow. There is a period of time between the planting and the picking where all you can do is water the ground and trust the process. Most people give up during this middle stage because they cannot see the growth happening beneath the surface. They think because they don't see a giant change in their bank account or their body after a few weeks that nothing is happening. But everything is happening. Every small action is a seed. Every disciplined moment is water for that seed. You must develop what I call a warrior's focus during these months. The world is louder than ever, and it will try to pull you away from your mission. Friends will ask why you are working so hard. Family might tell you to relax and be happy with what you have, but you must remember that you didn't start this journey to stay the same. You started it to become more. You have to be willing to be misunderstood for a while. You have to be okay with being the person who stays home to study or goes to the gym while others are sleeping. This is the price of greatness. If you want what most people don't have, you must be willing to do what most people won't do. Let's talk about the power of your inner voice. In the middle of this 6-month transformation, your old self will try to come back. It will whisper that you aren't good enough or that you can finish your goals later. You must learn to talk to yourself instead of listening to yourself. Don't listen to your fears. Talk to your courage. Don't listen to your tiredness. Talk to your goals. Tell yourself every morning, I am the creator of my destiny. I am stronger than my excuses. I am moving toward a better version of myself every single day. This self-talk is the fuel that will keep your engine running when the road gets steep. Another vital part of this journey is the concept of refining your craft. As the months pass, you shouldn't just be doing the work. You should be getting better at the work. If you are learning a new skill, look for the tiny details that separate the average from the excellent. Study the experts. Ask better questions. Don't just go through the motions. Be present in every minute. Whether you are working, exercising, or learning, do it with an intensity that most people cannot match. This intensity is what turns a regular 6 months into a life-changing 6 months. As you reach the final stretch of your 180 days, you will start to notice something incredible. The things that used to be hard for you have now become easy. The discipline that used to feel like a burden has now become a habit. You are no longer fighting against your old life. You are living your new one. This is the moment where the momentum takes over. This is where you see the massive results we talked about at the beginning. You will look in the mirror and see a different person. You will look at your life and realize that you have built a foundation that can hold any dream you want to build on top of it. Don't stop when you see the results. Use that success to set even bigger goals for the next 6 months. This is just the beginning of your new story.